Hey, I'm John Tabler, welcome back. And today I'm going to show you how great it is to have a loaf of sourdough just waiting for you when you come home. And voila, right there under the bowl. This loaf I made last night, and you know, it's not the most beautiful high loaf. I actually, when I fermented it, let it ferment a little bit longer, and it was a little bit moist, more moist than a lot of times when I do it, and so it went a little bit down, but the bread is just as fantastic as any other bread. And so today what I'm going to do is, it is so soft, is I'm going to make a tuna sandwich, which you probably all know how to make a tuna sandwich, but I'm just going to show you how quick it is, because when you eat sourdough bread, the difference between eating that and any other kind of bread is that this bread is so nourishing. It's had the gluten neutralized, and all the vitamins of the entire wheat kernel, the bran and everything are in it. So you're getting your nutrition from the bread. And so if you build your meal around the bread, your body's going to get the nutrition it needs. And right here I'm taking some high quality albacore chunk white tuna, and you know, I really just try to add things to my diet that are healthy. And so, you know, back when I used to put regular mayonnaise in there, but what's wrong with regular mayonnaise? Well, they process the oil at really high heats, which degrades it, and then when you eat it, it puts that in your body and can cause problems. So I just don't do that. So now what I'm going to do is take the olive oil, because you can actually make mayonnaise from olive oil, and one of the main components actually of mayonnaise is olive oil that's been whipped into a cream, and I'll show you how to do that one day. I'm going to slice my tomatoes. And you know, when you put salt and pepper on tomatoes, they're so good. So each one of these things that is extremely good like that, we're going to just transfer to the sandwich. Now, I want to grab very quickly another bowl. And what I'm going to do is show you that while you're doing this type of thing, if you pour some olive oil into the bowl and put a little salt, cut a piece of bread, and don't knock the bowl on the floor. You don't want to do that. When you dip that bread in that oil with salt, and try that, you may just let that be the end of it, the nourishment for you, and just leave it at that. But I am going to stir this salt and peppered olive oil tuna. Now you could squeeze lemon in there if you want. And if you really want to, you can go ahead and put mayonnaise in there, but the mayonnaise taste is great, but mayonnaise that you make with olive oil is also extremely good. So you can do it however you want, but you just put that tuna on there, get your lettuce on there, put your tomato. How about we go tomato first? We don't need it all caving in on us before we even get started. Pepper, salt, put that piece of lettuce, push down on it, and there's your sandwich. And the thing about this is, when you eat other kinds of bread, so-called bread from the store, you're giving your body no nourishment, and you're basically doing harm to it, because your body has to detoxify most of the substances that are in so-called bread. There's so many chemicals and additives, and there's certainly not much of hardly any nutrition. They strip it of nutrition so drastically that they're required by law to add back vitamins. That's why it says enriched on the package. If it says enriched, that's because it's been degraded so badly they're required to put that and say they're adding back. This is going to give you the health you need, and I'm going to go ahead and try it. It is extremely good. You know, when you eat real food in I was going to say in most cases tastes so much better than commercialized fake food. Some people that eat Twinkies would argue that, but you try eating this many Twinkies, well, some people probably would like eating that many Twinkies, but it's not going to be good for you. It's extremely bad for you. Whereas this, you take one slice of that bread, dip in olive oil with salt, and when I show you how to make healthy wine, you have that with this little glass of wine. You're going to see why that's a staple food in Italy and many other places around the world, and always was the staple for human nourishment, was the grains that came from plants that grow up in stalks, and they take the grains out. You have the seeds, and you grind those seeds and ferment them, and the nutrition is unleashed into your body. There's no more gluten. There's really not gluten in this. It's been neutralized. But there you have it. And you got plenty of tomato left over on the side. You can put your salt, pepper. If you've never salt and peppered a tomato, just go do it right now. Just stop, pause this, go to the market, get the best tomato you can, bring it home, put salt and pepper, and don't eat too much the first time. So that's how simple it is to have a loaf of sourdough. And then what I do, I don't leave it in the middle of everything, but I just simply take a bowl and cover it. And usually what I'll do is I'll take the knife that I cut it with and just leave it on the side. So there's about that much space for air for it to breathe, and it won't get overly moist or have any problems. I mean, you don't have no problem with that a week later, and it's excellent. You can incorporate it into your diet every day and get healthy and live to 150 and be lean and ready to go. And so hit the like and subscribe button down below. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you really enjoy this.